Hey, what's up everybody? So as we're going ahead and finalizing the OBS build here, we run into a few other issues that we need to fix. Most of them are slight. One of them being our brake light, which is nothing really a big deal. It was a grounding issue that, believe it or not, and I wish I'd filmed it because it was just that quick and easy, but I didn't. But part of it was because the spring had came loose inside of the gauge cluster itself, falling down and shorted out, causing one of the brake lights to come on. So, and that's because it, comes on due to ground, so it grounded itself off of another circuit. Took me a minute, scratching my head, didn't know what was going on, but ergo, I said, you know what, I'm gonna pull this thing out, see what's going on, and it rattled when I pulled it out. So I was like, okay, let's see what's happening here. Pulled it out, put it back in, brake light's gone. So that solved that issue. Now, while I was doing an inspection and going ahead and getting the air cleaner cleaned up and ready to put on the truck where it looked presentable, I found another little issue. And this is what I wanted to make this video about today is, okay, this is an old gasket that goes on underneath the ring here. That's the spacer between the air cleaner itself and the throttle body base sits here. Now, what happens is over time these do, get tired, fatigued, and they break just like that. That'll cause a bit of an air leak. It's not that big of an issue on these trucks because they are TBI injected, but at the same time it can cause it to use a little bit more fuel, some other issues. Throttle response is kind of off on it sometimes because it's either too much or too little, and that's probably what's causing it. Now, how to fix this? Sometimes you can go to the auto parts store and find these gaskets, but in my case they're kind of hard to come by. It's just a thing of the past on these 90 models. They just don't have a lot of them left. So what do I have laying around in the shop? I've got some gasket material, and that is the exact reason why I have this. And I'm going to show you how we can make a gasket for pennies on the dollar, get out of a jam, and continue on with the build. All right, so what do we need to do this? We need our gasket material for one. We need a pin, a pair of scissors, a little tool to punch cut, and the piece itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit it on here. I'm going to take my pin and I'm going to trace inside, outside, all right, we've got everything traced. Now what you're left with is that nice little circle on some gasket material. And what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to take my pair of scissors and cut this bad boy out along the outside edge of the gasket. Like I said, super easy, just like what they teach you in school. A little construction paper cutting, no different, but once I get this cut, I'll show you what the next step is. I will actually go and show you what the punch cutter's for. So let's go ahead and get this cut out, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, so we've got our disc cut out. Now I'm going to take our little cutter right here, and it's kind of got like a little bit of a conical edge. And I'm just going to punch through that so I can get my scissors started. Alright, so we've got that out of the way. Now what we're left with is this nice little gasket. Now something I did want to show you is This one's actually intact, which is the felt piece that goes on here. But now if this is missing on yours, this is also something you can do, because this will fit on here as well, just like that. Obviously this one's going to go on the bottom on the throttle body assembly itself. But now let's go ahead and get this back on the truck and get everything put back together, and let me know what you think. All right, so it just kind of slides down over top of everything like this right here, and sits flush on top of that. And our throttle body spacer goes on top. It only goes one way. There's a hose. It's got to slip into the back here. Okay, come on. All right, the hose is in, and the gasket sits on there like so. And that's really all there is to it. It's just replacing the gasket that's been damaged. And there it is. So hopefully this helps if you guys ever run into a situation like that, you know, on some of these gaskets and in some of these old school trucks. And this is actually the same on the old Fords, GM, Dodge. I mean, anything with, you know, throttle body injection, something similar setup like this, it's going to be the same. It's going to work the same. So, you know, you could actually use this little trick on about anything. So anyway, that's all I got for today. But if you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and thanks for watching, folks.